This is the Black Shift Group podcast. Our mission is to create space to elevate, enrich, and expose individuals of color to ideals and concepts that they may not have been privy to. This is your girl, Young Ree.
And I'm your granddad, and that's all relations. This podcast is just real conversations with real people.
We're going to be discussing lifestyle topics such as overall health and fitness, finances, culture, decode some media, and so much more.
After all, no one really knows what they're doing, so let's just swing it together.
All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to the Black Shift Group. This is your girl, Young Ree.
And I don't need to introduce myself. I'm joking. Nah, it's Granddad. What's good?
How y'all doing today? How you doing, Granddad?
I'm good. Yesterday was kind of rough, but we back today.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Just showing up every day, making a commitment. Forgive yourself every night, recommit every morning. I be dropping the quotes, y'all. I'll go ahead and shout out our social medias earlier because we really want to get into this conversation today. Y'all already know we're available on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm actually going to announce a contest next week.
Yay!
So I need y'all to listen for that because we got some free shit that we want to give away.
Free stuff, man. Come on. The word free in front of anything, that should get people up in arms.
Yes. And then I also, just want to, it is somebody that we have right now that's waiting on a shirt. Your shirt will be in the mail this week, so please look out for that. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah. But hey, better late than never. That's the key. And I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead, get it out.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're gonna say.
Look, this is like the second month that me and Young Ree doing this.
Yes, we dropped the last weekend of December.
Yeah, like full-fledged, like maybe two, not even 2 months yet.
It may be 2 months now.
Take into consideration that we out here, we young, we thugging it in the most podcasty way.
Yeah, we new to this, but we true to this.
Yeah, we growing like you gotta, we on this journey, y'all on a journey with us, and again, like don't think that just because it like the format that we giving to y'all, like right now, that's the format it's gonna be. We just trying to get this together, trying to formulate them and get the perfect formula for this, and then I guarantee you it's gonna be lit.
Y'all, Granddad is like my bodyguard for real. He be looking out.
It's gonna be lit, man. Come on.
Because we've been putting in the work. Just stick it out with us. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate the support. I'm forever grateful and I'm forever humble.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, y'all have no idea how much of a test this has been for me. I have never been so consistent in my life.
See? It's the thing is, me and Young Ree are introverts.
Very much so.
Yeah, so this right here is like rehabilitation and as far as that goes, because we now have to be more open and talk. So like some people know me, y'all see me participating in certain things. Like I can be very sociable at times, but my main thing is seclusion.
Yeah. I like to be by myself and feel myself.
Yeah,
you know
like I'll come out my shell and dance with y'all and all that stuff every once in a while, but after that it's back to the So this is definitely a learning experience. It's teaching me things about myself that I never knew, and I'm pretty sure Granddad is learning shit about himself too. So. Exactly. Like this is like therapy, sort of.
It is. Yeah, it's recorded therapy.
Yeah, I'm saying stuff that I probably would never say to people. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and it's a platform for me to tell y'all, like, give y'all the game. Like, I try to give as much game because, I mean, without passing on the knowledge, like all the people I met in life. They gave me knowledge, and I met a lot of people. Yeah, and I just want to get that back. But this is just it's just the beginning. Like, it's really just the beginning. I just want to restate that we are still a baby. Like if you
Please don't make us run when we still crawling.
Yeah, like we are still a baby. Like you have a child, right? And then they're only not even 2 months. Like you're not gonna say, "Hey, you need to start talking right now. You need to start paying some bills."
You know what? Speaking of children, doing research because y'all know that's something I love to do.
Research.
Researching children and how they come onto this plane and how, you know, some of the research I've done has stated that we actually pick our parents. We don't have a birthday. We actually, you know, choose the date that we want to be born. We choose the parents that we want to flow through. And we 9 times out of 10 show up when those parents are in need of some type of assistance to assist them to get to the next level. That's just something for you to go ahead and, you know, toss over in your mind.
Nah, break it down. Break it down. Yo, like, look, we gon' like, I'm
okay,
look,
so Granddad is pushing me.
Look, listen, we about to start being uncut now. Like we kind of was politically correct, but now we gonna start just being like, yo, just be real.
I mean, but we gonna set the baby talk to the side. But let's be real, Granddad. You've seen all over social media everywhere when people can speak their mind on like a Facebook post, and then they go to their 9 to 5 and they ain't got no job no more.
True.
That's something that can really go down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would just say, well, in the beginning, I was saying, you know, let's try to be politically correct.
Yeah, I definitely do understand that because I had took something down off my social media because I was like, damn, somebody might report this and I might get fired. It was it was something from Black Panther. It was Killmonger.
Don't say nothing. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh no, it's not gonna spoil the movie. It was just that the photo was, you know.
Okay.
If when you see the movie, you understand because it's still on my IG, but like I was like, it's not funny, but it's funny at the same time because if you knew what his character was, then you would know like, oh, that's funny. I see what you're saying.
Okay, I'm definitely going to see it. Sometime this week.
I think people should definitely see that. Like, big ups to definitely Michael B. Jordan. He played a great character in Killmonger,
and he is so fine. I'm sorry.
Nah, he's an amazing actor.
Like
people always like to think about the Fruitsville movie. But my movie that made me gravitate towards him was Creed. I used to box back in the day, and I kind of resonated with his character in that movie. And after that, I was just a fan of his. But definitely go see the Black Panther. It's it's reverse. You know how it'll be like full white cast and one black person. It's all black cast and one white person. This
is lit.
So it's definitely dope. Please go see it. Like at least see it one time. Like,
okay. Well, back to the baby talk. So in my research, and just from lectures that I've heard from master teachers, when you come onto this plane, because you know we're all energy and energy never dies, and basically you just choose a vessel that you want to put your energy into. But basically you choose your parents based on who they are, based on the circumstances that they have, so that you're able to go through certain experiences that'll allow you to ascend and become who you need to become while you're on this plane so that you don't have to come back. Now, the thing about choosing your parents when you come to this plane, from hearing the lectures and from some of the parents that I've spoken to, the child always seemed to pop up at just the heck of times, you know what I'm saying? And usually it's a time where they're having a hard time grasping responsibility. They're having a hard time standing up for themselves. They're having a hard time learning how to communicate. Just all those many things. And the only reason I kind of brought that up is because kind of based on what we're going to be talking about today, those of us that are 20-somethings, we tend to get pushed in the type of direction that everyone feels we should be moving in. Why don't you have kids yet? You're almost 30. Why aren't you getting married? Why are you still living with your parents? Why haven't you decided on a career yet? Are you going to go back to college? You know, and the list can go on and on and on and on and on.
I definitely do agree. I feel like people put these these guidelines in place based off of how they think people should be. Like, I guess in black households, they're like, oh yeah, when you're 18, you got to get out, go get your, get your own place.
Yeah.
Like, no, man. I will never be that parent that says that my child has to leave at any age. I feel like as long as my child is striving to be something, like, you can stay as long as you need, or you can come back. I would never say you too old to come back home, because I know people who were in their 30s who had to go back home, just to get it together, and now this person owns multiple businesses because he took a stumble, went home, got right. Now he doing his thing, taking trips, all that type of stuff. So it's never too old to take baby steps, and I feel like people judge you based off of age and where they feel you should be. Oh, you're almost 30. You don't have no kids. Oh, that means that you're not stable in a relationship. Oh, you almost 30. You don't have a career that you want. You're not stable. Like, you move from job to job.
Y'all have to look at it like, look at your life in 10-year increments, decade increments. So from 1 to 10, okay, everybody wrap your head around where you were 1 to 10.
Yeah.
So now wrap your head around where they want you to be from 10 to 20. So basically, by the time you're 20, most people, you getting ready to graduate from college. I'm sorry. I've only been here a solid 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm still slightly confused. Even at 20, like, it's like they want you to eat it and then regurgitate it and tell you that this is, how life is going to be. This is how society is going to be. You're like, okay, you need to go to college. So you want me, not even having 2 decades on this earth to now decide what I want to do for all the rest of my decades that I'm going to have here. Exactly. And then let's look at your 20s, you know what I'm saying? So now you're finally getting ready to hit your, your 3rd decade. You still kind of have no idea who you are and what you represent. And it's just, I feel like the timeline is just being rushed. I feel like, for number one, nobody knows what they're doing. I don't care how much of an expert you feel that you are. I don't care how many zeros you feel you got in the bank. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Because I feel like if you don't seek for knowledge of self, if you don't seek to actually figure out who you are as a being, your thought process, the experience that you have, why they impacted you and the way they impact you, why you came down here, I don't care. You don't matter. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen. You go to college. Well, for me, I went to college when I was 17. 17, man. 17. I wasn't 18 yet. My birthday hadn't hit. I was in college trying to figure out what I was going to do for the rest of my life at 17. Man, I didn't even know, like, I was, like, I didn't even know how I was going to eat the next day in college. You're talking about, pick a career field, right? Like, I'm not even old enough to buy cigarettes. I'm 17, but I was old enough to sign off on a student loan.
I don't even know how to budget my money.
Yeah, like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
But y'all want me to buy a house through loans?
Yeah, man, so I had to get a student loan just to get an education. I'm still paying student loans now, man.
Dude, how does that feel?
That is...
Do you eventually want to buy a house?
Man, eventually I would hope so, but... Dang, student loans, man. Student loans, I'm not going to complain because I know some people. Shout out to my boy Trevor. That boy got some loans out the yin yang, but he got his master's degree. So shout out to him because that's amazing. But the give and take of it is crazy. Like, you're not even old enough to... I wasn't old enough to buy cigarettes. I wasn't old enough to buy lottery tickets. But I am signing off on a student loan that is going to follow me it's going to follow me. Let's just say that.
Okay, so let's say, let me ask you this. I know you like to call yourself a nomad. So that means you move through, you feel through, you know what I'm saying? You experience through. So do you ever feel the pressure of the stigma of the fact that you need to slow down and figure out what you want to do with your life?
All the time. Just based off the fact that, like I said, I'm almost 30 now. And like I said, I'm trying to gather as much knowledge and information as I can. So when people talk to me, I'm just listening. And then I hear the people saying, like, again, like we said earlier, you need to be at this point right now because you're almost 30. Where's your kids at? Where's your stability at? You should be here. You should be there. Like, I think that's dumb because I feel like things happen to you based off of timing. Like, this was the perfect time for you to have a kid. Like, some people may have a child, but I think that with the universe, you were supposed to have that happen to you at that moment. For me, it's not that time for me yet.
So, because I know me, I feel like shade be thrown, like, when I, like, the fact that I don't have kids, and the fact that I have the pleasure of sleeping in, the fact that I have the pleasure of, if I'm finna drop a bag, if I want to drop a bag, I'm going to drop a bag on what I want to. You feel what I'm saying?
That's funny because I remember a while back, and I'm not going to say this person's name, but I was like, I had bought something, or I just went somewhere, and somebody was like, "Oh, the reason why these people can stunt like that because they ain't got no real bills like kids."
Why is it funny?
Like, so why is that? So why?
My bad.
So my fault. You decided to go out and do your thing, like, and have fun and live your life and have a child. Like, that's a blessing, man.
That's your blessing.
That's your blessing. Yeah, don't get mad at me because your money goes towards your family. Like, I just, maybe the way that we moving, I'm moving this way, you move that way. So you can't get mad at me because I spoil myself. Like, I always tell people, like, I'm not in no rush to have kids because I'm still in the selfish stage. Like, I still want to pamper me and do for me. Like, I have a nephew, I have nieces, I have nephews and nieces. Like, I pick them up, I love on them, I give them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like the sacrifices made to have a kid, like, I'm not fully there yet. And I understand the universe knows that I'm not there yet. So
that's why you have not been bestowed that.
And I understand the universe works in mysterious ways. I feel like the universe gives you that. And me and Young Ree talked about this. The universe gives you a child when it feels you need that to slow you down or focus you up. Yeah. Like, right now, I feel like I'm on a good pace. Like, I feel like the universe is like, yo, you doing your thing. Just continue. Like, you got to give. We'll talk about this kid stuff later, but right now you figure out what you got to do. Like, I'm not out here wilding or anything like that because I know a few people who was wilding and got a kid, and then it made them into the person that they are now, which is very, very focused. And I hate when people say, "Well, you're getting old, you need to be doing this." Like, no, I don't. Let me figure this out.
Yeah, and you just really hit a chord on me with that. Because that has always been my problem. Don't tell me what I need to be doing.
Exactly.
Because there's a few things I could tell you what you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
For real. We can go there. Like,
yeah, we could definitely go there. But that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to guide you on your journey, you know? And I feel like we just get caught up in the stigma. Everybody get caught up in the status. They get caught up in these fake relationship goals. They get caught up in social media, because I feel like if social media did not exist, a lot of stuff we would just simply wouldn't care about. Things just simply wouldn't bother us. There wouldn't be a tool for us to constantly compare ourselves to other people. And that's where the issue is coming in at. So, you know, let's get out of the area of comparing. Let's get out of the area of having the deadlines and timelines for your life. Just make sure that whatever you're doing is always pushing you forward, whether you're moving forward, whether you're failing forward, whatever it is, just always be moving forward in your journey, you know?
I definitely do feel that this may be off topic what I'm about to say.
Hey, we having a conversation, do your thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But but this may be off topic, but this week I had said something about I was posting something about male roles and women roles. And I was like, men are pretty much judged off of what they can provide, and women, well, they're loved based off of what they can provide, and women are loved unconditionally. And it was basically off the topic of should men pay all the bills. And me and Ree talked about it, and the way Ree put it to me was actually very. I liked it. I was like, yeah, that's how it should be.
Oh yeah. I remember that conversation and that meme.
Yeah, and then people feel like that's what all men should do. And I spoke to my auntie yesterday about this, and my auntie, she's 57, and she was like, for women to think that it should be like a man should take care of all the bills and let her stay home. She's like, this ain't the 50s and 60s no more. That's back then. Yeah, men were the providers. Men had to do this. Women didn't have rights like that. That's why it was more common. Like, you say, oh, my mom, my granddad took care of my grandma. My dad took care of my mom. Like, you understand? We live in a different era now, man. Like, I know some women who make more than me. So since I'm the man and we're in a relationship, I should have to pay all the bills and you just do your thing?
Absolutely not. Okay, and basically my stance.
But what they were saying is, like, they judged a man off of that. Like, you're not a man if you can't do that. Like, that is the most craziest thing.
And I think that that's what
ever.
the era is, because it's like this world is so pushed on material aspects. You know what I'm saying? Now, something that I feel like a man is required to do, there is no negotiation or compromise regarding that, is the man is to create a sacred space for that woman. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They're to create the space for her to be able to grow into what she is going to become. You know what I'm saying? Just like she is to basically create that space for you as well. And that's going to come however it needs to come for that individual. Not based on what you think you should do to create the space. Mm-hmm. It's for you to take the time and ask that person, what can I do for you? That's the requirement that men should do, you know, because I feel like where we get the issue of, you know, us women just wanting to forever be single and not really want to deal with men is that y'all don't create that space. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't, and then y'all turn around and y'all want us to do the same thing for you all. And it's just simply, it's cut and dry. It's not right. It's not quote unquote fair. Yeah, life is not fair, but yeah, there are some women that are bitches. Yeah, there are some women that are gold diggers. But those of us who aren't, our discrepancy with men come in when it's like we don't feel protected. And that protection comes from that space, meaning that we don't feel like we need to come home and battle you. Just like you don't want to come home and battle us.
And then on my Snapchat, I kind of elaborate on this. Sometimes I do feel like men do not, I do agree with what Ree's saying, but I do feel like sometimes women expectations may be a little bit too high for what men can provide for them.
No, I feel like there's no such thing. I feel like if you just genuinely learn that person, there's no such thing as an expectation.
Because this is the thing, because I've heard it out of a woman's mouth themselves, like, maybe I'm requiring a little bit too much, like, you're doing everything, but I'm just asking for more and more and more. And it's like what do you judge your value? Like, what do you judge the value of the relationship on? Like, what are you basing it on? Like, and that's from person to person. Like I can give you knowledge at the highest form. Like, you know, this is how you should be. This is how you should, you know, handle yourself, to a younger person that I may be dating, and they may be like, "Oh yeah, that's nothing. Like, you don't care about me." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm showing you love."
Right, but that's when you have to find a person that speaks your love language, because there's no point in you feeling like you're working at optimum level and that person still feels like you're not. That's when you go ahead, okay, stage left.
Now, I'm that dude. I'm gonna be real. I'm that NIGGA, because when I leave that situation, they take that situation. I mean, they take that information and go into their next relationship with it. Like, I'll be like, "Don't do this," and then in their next relationship, they don't do it. Like,
being a woman, honestly. Ew, I'm about to expose us now. We gonna do what we want to do for who we want to do it for.
True.
That's what I need y'all to fully understand. So don't ever think that you put us on some shit that we didn't know, because we always knew. We just decided not to do it for you. And that's just how it always goes. That's just simply how we work. So that's just how we work, you know what I'm saying? And that's just being completely honest. We all the way just left field right now, but I don't even care, because this conversation is great. Because even when it comes to like sex, men, y'all hate when we tell y'all no. I know it's multiple different sets of breeds of women out there, but I know me as a genuine woman, I can't get right for somebody that hasn't created space for me.
I feel like with that, it's more so of a on your time type thing. Like I've been in situations where I've been told no, but it's like, okay, that's cool. You can say no. Like, you're entitled to say no. But don't get upset when I say no to you, because that does happen. Like, all right, you said no, that's cool. You're entitled to that. But then when the next time comes around and you feel up to it, and I say, you know what, I'm not up to it, you can't be mad about that. You can't be like, you're not participating in the relationship because you told me no. Like, well, you have to be some common ground. But to go back to what you just said, as far as women know exactly when to do it. Yeah, I've dated some people who just didn't know. Like, just talking to them, like,
But that's an insecure. The only reason that I say that is because I've seen both sides personally for myself. So I've been in situations where I've said, well, you know, I feel like you're doing everything that I need you to do, but I feel like I'm not doing what I need to do. That's an insecure woman. You know what I'm saying? Because how can I say this without seeming like we're the end all be all? But that's just how it's gonna come out. Because if you're a woman that knows herself, you're doing enough. You know what I'm saying? And what you're asking for is never too much. So don't ever sit up here and say that you feel like you have the man doing more than what you're doing. No, because you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's an insecure woman for them to turn and say that what they're doing still doesn't make them worthy. You're just simply insecure and you're just simply not ready for the relationship. But a woman that understands, yeah, absolutely, because that was me. That was me, because I would, you know, feel like, oh, the man is just doing any and everything for me, and then actually looking back on it, he really wasn't about shit, you know. And I was still bending over backwards. And then actually now in my current relations with men, I can see the two dynamics within one relationship, how I would start off one way being that insecure woman, and then now as I'm growing more into myself, and I'm seeking that knowledge of self and I'm taking good care of myself, I'm seeing the transition now, because now I'm no longer looking to you for approval. I'm no longer looking to you to say that, oh, I treat you well, because I know that if I treat me well, I treat everybody else well too.
Okay. I can go with that. My thing is with that, I feel like there are some good dudes who do a lot for women. Like, and I see this because me personally, I got some big old eyes. I just watch. I just watch the situation. But I know some dudes who cater to their women every whim. Like, yeah, jump how high.
I knew you wanted them.
And still got dogged in the end by this woman.
Can you get on my number?
Man, you like, geez.
I need me one of them.
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna say this person's name because this is my boy, and I know for a fact he's a simp. And if you don't know what a simp is, let me break it down to you. A simp is someone who get around their homeboys and be like, "Yeah, man, I run a relationship, man.
Oh, well, I don't need me one of them because I didn't know.
That's me." But then when you get around your girl, it's, "Baby, whatever I can do for you. You want me to jump? Want me to do this?"
That's not even
That's
hot.
a simp. But the woman.
And then he's an insecure man. Why are you saying jump? Why is she saying jump and you saying how high?
No simping 2K18. Look, hashtag that. But look, listen. With that, right? All right, so simping, yeah, you may try to put on the front around your boys and all that stuff, but we know, like, and the thing is, you know a simp when they come out. It's no denying who a simp is. Like, they over aggressive, they over analyze or over tell you the situation. You know, when you're talking to your friends, your homies, like, bro, like, seriously, you doing all that? Yeah, man, you know, I be doing it. Like, no, you don't. But then you watch how they move, and it's something totally different. Like, it's okay, man, to love on your girl and cater to your girl, but don't be simping out here, man. Like, keep it 100.
I don't know.
Keep it 100.
We're going to have to simply have a round table discussion. We're going to need a couple more people on this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to have to, handpick the women, because we're going to need a diverse background set of women.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm on my genuine journey. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that I was insecure. I can admit that when a man said jump, I said how high. Oh. I can admit that when I was trans whatever, coming out of that, I then at that point stopped caring, because my main focus was caring for myself and making sure that I was okay, because I got tired of always feeling like I'm not pleasing the guy. I got tired of always feeling like,
I feel you.
Yeah, I just got tired. That's all I'll say right now.
Me personally, I've been through the same thing, where I was so in love with someone that I was hurting myself in the end, because I was doing everything to their whim, and it still wasn't enough. But then I realized as an adult, like, looking back on it, like she really wasn't in a good place. Like, she wasn't in a right mind to even be in a relationship. And, like, that's just me looking back on it as an adult. Like, it happens. But yeah, that's that round table discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a round table discussion on that.
And that I want to break off to say this, like, for the people out here who think that, you know, we should have more people on the show, like, that's coming. Like, it really is coming. Like,
okay, because let me tell y'all something. Okay, because this is what's
yeah, bring it down.
This is what's gonna have to happen.
Get them.
What y'all are not gonna do is tell me what to do with my platform that I created. That I decided to use to share my story and invited Granddad to come tell his story as well. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because what y'all have to understand, which I'll go ahead and reiterate again, I used to be a doormat. I used to be a pushover, and just not anymore.
Look, I'm gonna translate that for y'all.
Okay.
Let me translate that. All right. So what young Ree is saying is, here at the Black Shift Group, we are just now starting up. We are trying to figure things out because we're on this journey. Now, if we bring someone over, we want to make sure that the quality of our work is up to par. Okay? We want to make sure that everything is smooth. So when you come through and tell your story, there is no issues. You can tell your story. The sound is going to be great. Everything is going to be A-okay.
You know what?
But since that we are still a baby podcast, we are just trying to grow a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? And then we will love to have people on to tell their stories. Yes, we are going to bring people, but we have to get our stuff together. That's for management.
Okay, so back to this topic. Actually, this was supposed to be a mean talk today,
man,
y'all.
bump all that conversation, man. This is how we gonna do. Matter of fact, this is probably how we gonna do every podcast. It's just a conversation. Whatever comes, we gonna roll with it. Okay,
so I do just want to go ahead and shout out what did inspire me. I follow this young lady on Instagram, Simply Tone. She is a trainer. Fine as all get out. Go girl. Hey. But she posted a PSA on her Insta story. Everyone, make sure you kill the millennial mindset that you are supposed to be at the peak of your life right now. Your 20s are for developing. And actually with that, Granddad, I do have a question for you. Once again, going back to you being a nomad, what would you consider your greatest accomplishment along your journey?
My biggest accomplishment, and this may sound cliche, but my biggest accomplishment was me realizing that I no longer was driven by money.
Oh, because that's mine too.
Yeah, like that's when I was
that's so crazy.
Because I was making a lot of money at one point in time, like thousands a week. And I wasn't even happy, man. I was depressed. I remember I used to tell my mom, like, yo, like, what is the point? Like, I used to always talk to my mom on the phone, like, yo, like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like, I got my bank account nice, commas. I got a comma in there, but I'm not happy. Like, I want to be able to enjoy things. And I was like, what am I doing all this for? Like, who am I working hard for like this for? Like, do I really need it? Like, I enjoy, like, I may not be making as much, hardly a fraction of what I used to make, but I get to enjoy my weekends. I get off at a set time, and I get to see my family, man. I get to go places and do things and experience people's relationships. Like, I get to build friendships and relationships with people. That is the most important thing to me now in life. Like, money, like, people are driven by money. Like, people love to talk about cars and, oh, I got cars, I got a nice crib. Like, that, to me, that don't mean nothing. You still a jerk.
So I heard you say, because that's crazy, we got the same mindset, and I just wonder how far of the same mindset that we have. I heard you just now in your description, you said, who am I making all of this money for? So I assume that you have the mindset where yes, you did say earlier that you are in your selfish mode, but you have that mindset where you're not worried, but you aspire to be more for others.
In a way, but not as in like I'm giving out money to people.
No, I get that.
Yeah, it's like I'm doing for myself. Like at that point in time, I had things like I was like, what else? Like, I got to a point in life where I was like, what else do I want to buy for myself? Like that's when you know you have money, you single, you have kids. Like I was buying shoes that I wasn't happy about that. Like okay, I got a lot of shoes now. What else? Like video games.
I get that.
I got a lot of video games. So it's like, what am I really making all this money for? Because like what, to impress somebody else with the things that I have. Like, I don't really care about that. What I cared about most was like my family. Like, I care more about my, like, having friends. Like, that is the thing. Like, I don't care about impressing. If me being appetizing to you is based off my
what I look like,
yeah, what I have, then I don't need you around. Like, people love to push, I'm driving a BMW, and that makes women, or that makes a man or whatever go gravitate towards you because you have things. Like, I don't want you around me if that's what you gravitating towards me for, is because I have things that you think are dope and stuff like that. Like, gravitate towards me because of me. And that's what I learned. And that's when I realized, like, that was the most pivotal point in my life, because I quit that. I was like, yo, I'm not finna just be trying to make money to make money. Like, I want to enjoy the people around me. Like, I'll take a pay cut just to have my life and be able to do stuff like this podcast. Like, I couldn't do that.
That's very true. I've had 2 very high paying jobs. And in both of them, I experienced the deepest depression I've ever experienced.
Me too.
So I was willing to take the pay cut. I was willing to, downgrade my quality of life in order for me to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because I always thought that happiness was in a destination that I wasn't at yet. That I wasn't there yet. And now I know that it's a choice, actually, honey bun.
Choice, for real.
It is. It's truly a choice. Because every day for me, how I kicked it off and I said, you forgive yourself every night and you recommit every morning. That's as true as I can get. That is my prescription. That is my antidepressant. Because if I didn't, I would still be where I was. Because I am that hard on myself. And then, just another question that I have is, since you are moving through, experiencing through, because I know me, sometimes I get down on myself. Do you ever feel like, I don't want to say less than, but do you ever take the time and be like, God, I'm good at so many things, but I've never actually became a master at anything? Because it seems like you have to, like, completely slow down or stop in order for you to actually master something. But when you're constantly moving through, you kind of just dibble and dabble in everything.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I probably did take the pay cut, because I knew that the career that I was in, I was cool, I was making money. Most people be like, yo, you there, that's all you gotta do. You making a lot of money, that's it. But for me, like, I liked photography. I liked a lot of stuff. Like, I enjoyed that type of stuff, and I couldn't indulge in that because I was doing this, like, on a all night money making mission, like money. Yeah. Couldn't focus on what I wanted to do on the side. So when I made the executive decision to stop doing that, like, I put my own happiness before making this money.
Yeah.
And people don't know how to do that these days. People are so intrigued by the dollar. The dollar rules everything. Cash rule everything around me. We're going to get into that later.
Crane, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Like, I understand. I understand. Be about your money, man. Be about your money. Like, I understand. But don't let it, like, drive you, because you're going to chase a dollar into your grave. Like, that's just what it's going to be.
Okay, do y'all know that money is just paper, right?
Exactly.
And do y'all know that it's really just a type of, it's an energy? It's a type of energy. About to get into the metaphysical shit.
Good.
But it's the type of energy, I can speak on it personally, because, when I was in my highest paying job, I was my brokest.
Go ahead.
I was so broke.
Go ahead.
I had no money. I was poor. Didn't have any money. Now that I'm making half of what I used to make, this is the most money I've ever had.
Go ahead and break that down for me, because I need to know. Like, I know people are like, what? How you did that? Like, what's
Guess what? We gonna save it for the next episode.
Oh! No, she didn't.
Yes, I did.
Oh, snap, cuz. I guess y'all gotta wait until the next episode.
You know what? You got anything else?
Man, look. Don't let nobody tell you what you need to be doing.
Do you hear me?
Do what you do.
Do you hear me?
You could take, if somebody's giving you some advice, like what I always do, and I do this when I go to people's churches. I take from it what values to me. Like, I don't take the whole.
Don't be disrespectful.
Yeah, just take whatever they're saying.
Eat what you like on the plate.
Exactly, like,
and throw away anything that you don't.
When you at the barbecue and the food nasty and you want to throw it in the trash, you fold the plate up and then you throw it in so people won't see that you threw their stuff away. That's what you need to do. You take what you want and then fold the rest up and you throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? But don't, you fold it so they can't see it. That's metaphorically. Just do it like that.
Be respectful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this episode, we just wanted to let you guys in a little bit more.
This was a conversation. I know we started off on something, we went over it, but hey, look, this is what happens when you just talking. Like, I want to just let y'all know, like, yo, like, we still a little babies in this. I mean, for a month, almost 2 months, like, I'm thinking we're pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the lessons that I'm learning. Because what y'all have to understand is that I'm not doing this for anybody else except me. You know what I'm saying? True. Because I know that with any type of, you know what? Here it is. I listen to Les Brown. I know it's so old, and I know it's motivational speakers that's so new now. But I like the old school because I feel like the old school give it to you real. But I listen to Les Brown, and he say, you grow from people and projects. Those are the two things that's going to make you grow. That's going to make you uncomfortable. That's going to make you push yourself to the next limit. My access to people is not necessarily as big right now. And what I needed to help with that was a project. So guess what I did? I started the podcast. This project has taught me to be consistent. It has taught me to be patient. It has taught me to believe in myself. And let me know that I can really do anything that I put my mind to. Listen.
If that don't motivate you, come on now. Like, she put this podcast together to basically be a therapist to her own life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So she's rehabilitating herself through this process.
Yeah, and y'all just so happen, I just so happen to put it on the internet for everyone to hear.
Because you might be going through the same thing. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the reason, that's the whole purpose of the Black Shift group, is because it's people out here who probably think and feel like us. And this is just something to get the wheels spinning. Like, we're not trying to guide your life. We're just trying to get the conversation in your mind or the conversation with whoever's around you that you can do things like this.
Yeah, because even looking back at some of the episodes that we chose, they were spur of the moment based on the things that happened to me that week.
Exactly.
The segments within those episodes were literally the processes that I took myself through during those weeks to come out of the situation. So in no way is this scripted. In no way is this like, ooh, I need content so I can be a content creator and make money off of this. No, this is just a talking journal, talking diary. Because
at first, when we first started, and y'all may not know, like, we had books, like, oh, this is what we're going to talk about. But then as the podcast went on, we have no books. Like, there's nothing, no papers, nothing. It's just the mics and us. Like, whatever happens in the week that's, like, serious, we just be like, all right, I felt like this week. This is what we need to talk about.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of feed off each other. Like, okay, well.
Because it's like, you know how you would go to your counselor. I don't know if anybody knows, but like me, when I was first when I first went through the depression, you would meet with your counselor maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. So what would you do? You would go over all the things that happened to you that week or those 2 weeks. So that's basically all that I'm doing. And I honestly feel like you guys should do it too. Whether it be a podcast, whether it be a blog, whether it be, you set up a weekly meeting every week with some of your friends or even people that you don't know. We should start talking about it. We should start getting it out there. And you should start expressing yourself because that's what it's all about anyway. So with that, Granddad, did you have anything else you want to add?
I want to let y'all know that, we are going to have some people on the show soon. Maybe not this week or next week, but soon. Like, me and Ree talked about this. And the thing is, we're not going to bring on no rappers, like famous people. It's going to be people who are kind of like-minded, but then also young entrepreneurs, people trying to get off the ground. Like,
hey, you know what? I do want to go ahead and give a shout out. Somebody that's going to be giving us an opportunity soon and someone that if you are interested in local entertainment, in local entrepreneurs, local artists, photographers, the other wise guys, they have a YouTube page.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Yeah, check them out. The creator of Kula Shakora, like, yeah, you know when you meet a real one.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. I like what he's doing, man. He brought his team with him, and that's dope, man. You definitely gotta bring your people with you. He's making an avenue for those guys, and again, they are kind of like the the street version of us. That's what I'm putting, man.
Definitely.
They the street version of us for real,
yeah.
man. But yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. Much success and love to them.
All right, so with that, y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming back and listening to us one more time, and we hope we can get y'all, next week and the week after that as well.
Hey, one last thing. Free stuff, trivia.
It's coming up.
Yeah. Peace.